Welcome to part 3 of our stablecoin playbook. In this episode, we focus on operations, how to run the platform securely at speed and in line with local regulations. We'll start by breaking down the three-ring defense, cloud, key custody, and the stellar transaction layer. Grab another coffee, let's get started. We need to decide how we run the platform day to day without ever losing customers' data or keys. To do this, we will need three defense rings. The outer ring is the cloud. We will park every microservice in either AWS or Azure UAE because both providers guarantee local data residency and already hold the compliance badges the central bank and DIFC ask for. AWS even runs a financial services compliance center in Abu Dhabi that maps its controls straight onto the regulator's checklist. Both providers let us pin storage, logs and key materials to Emirati zones, which satisfies the central bank's cloud computing rulebook on localization and border-proof exit plans. The same setup also clears the Abu Dhabi data protection laws, which insist on encryption at rest, annual pen tests, and a lawful basis for any export. The middle ring is key custody. We hand that to Fireblocks MPC-CMP engine. Every private key is split into mathematical shards. Two shards live in our own AWS or Azure nodes, and the third shard stays with Fireblocks in Europe for redundancy. No single machine ever sees the whole key. Fireblocks open source the code so our auditors can read every line. If a data center burns down, we invoke Fireblocks' new disaster recovery service and rehydrate the workspace in Bahrain within 4 hours. We also need to guarantee speed. Therefore, for the innermost ring, the transaction layer, we choose Stellar. We run our own validator and Horizon API server in the UAE, which keeps a round trip under 300 milliseconds. Stellar closes a ledger in about 5 seconds today, and the roadmap is pushing that to 2.5. Alright, I think I have a nice sketch of our infrastructure. Let's let Shimon walk us through a sample transfer now.
A payment request lands on our API gateway in AWS. A compliance microservice then calls Fireblocks. There, we verify the wallet risk score, velocity checks, and policy approvals. Once cleared, Fireblocks assembles the MPC signature and broadcasts the USDC transfer to our local Stellar validator. Horizon confirms finality in 5 seconds, sends the callback, and the mobile app flips from pending to done. Every step is encrypted, logged to our write once S3 bucket, and replicated to the Bahrain region for disaster recovery. Seems like a plan. The regulators will be able to see the data stays in the country, keys are never whole, and every ledger entry can be verified. That ticks each regulator security boxes in one go. Legal and compliance sign-off should be a formality instead of a blocker.
Part 4 premieres on June 19th. We focus on customer experience, wallet creation inside the banking app, instant fiat ramps, QR payments, and cross-border transfers. You'll see how to keep legacy rails like Swift and RTGS in play while speeding everything up behind the scenes. Tap the left thumbnail after June 19th for Part 4, tap the right one later this month for a full playbook. If either is grayed out, hit subscribe and the bell button to get notified. Thanks for watching. I'm Przemysław from SPO Software. See you in Part 4.